What happens when cutting-edge artificial intelligence research ends up in a database of electromagnetic field health studies? Today, we're examining a fascinating case of research misclassification that reveals something important about how scientific information gets organized. I'm R. Blank, and I spend my time reviewing peer-reviewed studies on EMF health effects. Recently, I encountered something unusual in our research database. A study by Lin and colleagues, cited over 5,000 times, appeared in our EMF health section. But when I read the actual research, something didn't add up. This study has absolutely nothing to do with electromagnetic fields or biological health effects. Instead, it examines how large language models can develop reasoning abilities through reinforcement learning without human guidance. The researchers focused entirely on computational methods and machine learning algorithms. They didn't examine cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, or power lines. They didn't measure radiation exposure or study biological effects. This is pure artificial intelligence research that somehow got categorized with EMF health studies. So how does this happen? Research databases rely on keyword tagging and automated classification systems. Sometimes these systems make errors, especially when studies use technical language that might overlap across different fields. But this misclassification highlights a bigger issue. As I explore in my book, Empowered, there are literally thousands of peer-reviewed studies demonstrating links between EMF exposure and health effects. The challenge isn't finding research, it's organizing and interpreting the massive volume of available studies. When artificial intelligence studies get mixed in with EMF health research, it dilutes the actual evidence base we're trying to understand. It makes it harder for researchers, policymakers, and the public to access the real science on electromagnetic field exposure risks. The genuine EMF research shows concerning patterns. Studies document effects on brain function, cellular metabolism, and reproductive health. This evidence comes from biological experiments, not computational models. It involves real exposure measurements and health outcomes, not algorithm training. What does this mean for you? When you're researching EMF health effects, verify that studies actually examine electromagnetic field exposure. Look for research that measures radiation levels, studies biological systems, or examines health outcomes in exposed populations. Be skeptical of databases or websites that mix unrelated research topics. Quality EMF health information should focus specifically on electromagnetic field exposure studies, not artificial intelligence, computer science, or other technical fields. The bottom line? This misclassified study reminds us that research organization matters. When we're trying to understand EMF health risks, we need databases that accurately categorize the relevant science. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research.